good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time frame zone you are watching me. It's your girl again, Chai, bringing you business talk show. So in this video, as I'm showing you, this is my own domestic business which I did when I was not in diaspora but in an international level. So I deal with a bigger company, Guinness company, and Nigerian breweries. So we deal on liquor and we are like the key distributors. So while working for as a manager, as a sub-manager in one of my branches, but I want to spotlight my experience doing business domestically as a big distributor and owning my own business as an international businesswoman with Juice Plus Company. So I want to show you the different experience that I have. So let's get started into these videos. Please don't fail to share, subscribe, hit on the notification icon so I get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's get started now. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I just want to show you my experience in doing international business outside diaspora, precisely Nigeria, and in diaspora Australia. So I just want to share my experience as a businesswoman. I was born into a businesswoman in Nigeria. My dad happens to be a super KD with Nigerian breweries. So we deal on liquor and we are the key distributors in our own zone, in our own area, in our own locality. So we don't extend our distribution to other localities because they have other super KDs that cover those areas. So now, doing business, the name of the company, my father's company was Esopenko Nigerian Limited, and the company we are super KDs to Guinness breweries and Nigerian breweries. Okay, but mainly what they deal on is on liquor. So I am the branch manager in one of the sessions. So, and the mission is to dispatch liquor to customers within our region, within our zone. So when we are dispatching our goods, we don't dispatch it outside our locality. If not, we are breaking the boundary because there are some other super KDs that cover those zones. So, and we did on some of the smaller retailers come to us to buy drinks from us, and some of the smaller outlets still buy from us. So no, they cannot go to buy from another super KD that doesn't cover that zone. So we are like covering our own locality, and we make sure that we have enough drinks to be able to satisfy other small retailers and other outlets like restaurants and bar. I'm spotlighting the difference as in my experience doing business locally, internationally, but in diaspora and outside diaspora. Then the third experience that I have outside diaspora is that the business is like a collective effort business, because even as a branch manager, I have other workers under me. I have clerical staff that write invoices, that issue invoices to customers. I have a cashier that counts the money and prepare the money to take to the bank. I have a storekeeper. The storekeeper used to take care of the counting of the drinks, the in and out drinks that is being supplied by Nigerian breweries or Guinness breweries to us. So we take stock to be able to balance our book, so that when we are having some shortages, either from our own mistake or from the mistake of the delivery that we received, we have to know. So that's the duty of the storekeeper. Then we have from the video that from the what I posted before this video, you can see the our forklift. So the duty of the forklift is for him to reduce labor, because before the introduction of forklift, because before my dad became a super KD to the business, super key distributor to the business, we used to use manual labor. But with the forklift, you have to employ a forklift driver that will help to lift the forklift with the forklift machine to lift the drinks. So the thing used to reduce the money that we pay to the manual laborers. Instead, we'll use that part of that money to employ a forklift. So that's the kind of people that work for me, that work, my workers that are working under me. So doing business outside diaspora, another thing that I don't really like is, from my experience, is under security. There was no, I'm not covered with security, because I experienced danger whereby I'm exposed to, I've had an encounter with armed robbers like twice. So, yeah, I was not really covered. So I'm just trying to tell you my experience being a manager for my company in outside diaspora, and managing my own business as a CEO by myself in diaspora here. So I'm just spotlighting the different experiences. So in security wise, again, concerning your workers, that the workers that are working under me, if I am not really focused on them, if I'm not really putting my effort in that business, the business will fall, because they might even be stealing from you without proper stock taking, without proper checking accounts and records. You feel, you by the end of the month, you feel that when the internal auditors come to check the stock, you see that people have a lot of encounter losses. So as the manager that is heading that place, I need to do my own work by checking our accounts and our sales for each day, that is balanced, so that by the end of the day, or by the end of the month, when the internal auditors will come to take the stock, it will not be like a surprise to me when they will bring the result of our shortages for us. Okay, so because if there is any shortage in the business, you will have to take the responsibility of it. You have to agree with the company the way to pay. That is it. But if people are lucky that there is no shortages, or maybe there is less shortage, that's it. Your money, your salary will be paid full. So I'm trying to spotlight my experience as a manager in diaspora, doing international business in outside diaspora and diaspora. So I'm dealing firstly with outside diaspora. So I'm coming in for diaspora. That outside diaspora was when I was in Nigeria. So another thing that is a risk factor is when the goods itself is not sold out. If the goods is expired, you will encounter loss. So that's the difference. So you need to be able, because each goods have their own label. So what we used to do, we make sure that we sell off the ones that came before the recent ones. If not, you can be surprised the goods will be expired in your hands, and there is nothing the company that deliver it will do. But as sometimes they used to pardon us as super kiddies, they will come and take the goods from us, and we have to balance it. I don't know how my top managers used to do it. They have to reconcile to know what they will do, how we can be able to, how the company that is supplying us will take some of the percentage of loss from us. So it's my bigger bosses that handle those ones. So um so the difference between handling business, the difference between being a manager of my business outside diaspora is that I'm giving a target for my business. So sometimes they run targets and incentives for us. So the more you sell, the more you are accrued with your workers for incentives. It can be like a cash, or sometimes, depends on the target, they can give you, because one of our our sales managers in the process even won a bus for himself and some drinks, which is part of his own incentives. So those ones are like our mobile sales drivers. So those ones are different, but I'm talking about my own jurisdiction. So when we sell and we make the profit that and we meet up with our targets, we are rewarded with incentives. So that's the difference. Within you and your workers, you people accrue incentives from yourselves. Then my experience in being international businesswoman outside the diaspora is that my company have a warehouse to stock goods. Okay, and I have office as a manager. I manage my workers, and I'm liable for any loss that is encountered in that my branch, because it's handed over to me as a representative. So it's handed over to me for me to look after my workers and for me to give a turnout and a report concerning whatever thing that is happening in my own jurisdiction as a manager. So if the business fail, I'll be held responsible. If I mismanage it, I'll be held responsible. So that is my experience doing my business internationally outside diaspora. So coming here in Australia, which is in diaspora, I did a business which the name of the company is Juice Plus Company, and our mission is to promote healthy living across the globe. So what is our mission? Our goal is for us to spread that good news of eating healthy. You see the kind of situation, the kind of uh, things that we are facing now. So we encourage people to eat healthy, because health is wealth. So that's the goal of the business that I'm doing in diaspora. So the difference between the business that I did outside diaspora and the one I did out in diaspora is what I'm trying to spotlight. So the Juice Plus business, you are the sole proprietor of yourself. The risk of the business is on yourself. If you want your business to be pushed to another level, it's by yourself. If you want the business to fail, it's by yourself, because you are the CEO of yourself. But the international business I did outside diaspora, I'm liable with other managers. Even if I fail, there is some backups that I have. Either I will lose my job as a manager, or maybe I'll get a replacement. But there's some people that are under me, or people that are heading me. So that's the difference. But in the business that I'm doing in diaspora here, I'm the sole proprietor of the business of my own. I am the CEO of myself. If the business moves to a greater level, it's by my own effort. If the business fell, it's by my own effort. So the risk of the business is on myself, because I am the CEO of myself. I don't have anything like people working under me. No, 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 no. The business is for me. That's the difference. Okay. Another difference that I see in doing business here with a franchise to Juice Plus is that it's less risky, unlike the one that I did in Africa, because the product itself is handled and shipped by, then all the whole logistics is done by the company itself that you are representing. You don't handle stock, unlike the one I did in diaspora. If the product happens to spoil, it's on your head. But this one I'm doing in diaspora here, you don't handle logistics. So there is nothing like risk on it. It's less risk. So you are I am less exposed to like armed robbery attack or whatever, because everything is like being delivered mobile through the DHL. So the DHL will just deliver your product when you order for it, or when your customer order for it under your name or under your website, because each and every one of us have a customized website. That's the difference. So we don't handle product. The product is like mobile delivery. But if it's the one that I did outside diaspora, that one, they deliver product for you, but we handle logistics. That's the difference. Then in the one that I did, international business I did in diaspora here, which is the Juice Plus business, I have my own customers in 26 countries all over the world to do business with. So I'm not like limited to any country in that 26 countries that is spelled out to do business with Juice Plus. But if it's the one that I did outside diaspora, I am limited to some jurisdiction so that I will not break the company. I will not go above or break barrier by going beyond my own jurisdiction. But if it's the one that I'm doing in diaspora here, I handle my business by myself in 26 countries. So that's the difference. I'm not limited to any country, unless maybe any country that doesn't have anything to do with Juice Plus. So that's the difference. And the difference again with the one that I'm doing in diaspora here is online. Unlike the one that I'm doing in Nigeria, that you have a warehouse where you must stock your goods. You must have a warehouse as a super KD for your goods to be delivered to you. But here, nothing like stocking or anything. It's just that you have your customized website that your clients just shop from, and the goods will just be delivered to their location. So everything is done online. It's like online delivery. So that's the difference. And it will expose you to meeting people, different type of people. And the training that is being given is free. You have opportunity for Zoom meetings with different high people, professionals in business. So that's it. So I'm trying to like spell out my experience doing business internationally outside diaspora and doing business internationally in diaspora. So I'm trying to spell out the difference. Both of them are good, but the only difference there is just that in the one that I did outside diaspora, we stock. You must have a warehouse where you will stock goods. While the one I'm doing in diaspora here, there is nothing like stocking of goods. It's just for you to have your website, your customized website, whereby your clients will come and shop. So this one, the one I'm doing in diaspora, is online. While the one that I'm doing in house that I was doing outside diaspora is not online. It's something that you have a warehouse, a shop that people will come and shop. The one I did outside diaspora is the one that I am a manager. I manage people. I have people that I work with, but and I'm accountable to any failure of the business. But in the one I'm doing in diaspora here, the business I'm doing, I'm not accountable to any person. If the business fails, it's by my own lack of putting effort. If the business succeeds, it's a kudos for me. So I'm trying to like differentiate the difference between doing business outside diaspora and in diaspora. In diaspora, when I did it, it's like risk open because it's exposed for armed robbery, attack, or bad people. But here, in the one that I'm doing in diaspora, it's like online business. The only risk is that people can hack your line. So you have to be very careful for hackers. Apart from it, everything delivery is done by the company itself. You are the CEO of yourself. Every payment is done by bank transaction. You don't handle stocks. You don't handle any logistics. So that's the difference. So hope I've not really confused you guys. I'm just trying to tell you story of my lifestyle, being a businesswoman, doing my international business both outside diaspora and in diaspora here. So don't fail to subscribe, share this video, hit on the notification icon bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. I love you guys.